Okay, welcome back. This is M-STEP review, question numbers 31 and 32. We are provided a grid here, which we are told that one increment in between each is considered 1 unit. We have Micah constructs a rectangular prism with a volume of 360 cubic units. The height of his prism is 10 units. Micah claims that the base of the prism must be a square. Draw a base that shows Micah's claim is incorrect. Okay, so we're looking at 360 for volume. Volume is 360 units cubed. And he is claiming that it's a square. So if we're looking at volume of a cube, we can draw a picture of a cube here. Well, a cube is actually square all the way around, but right now we have a height of 10, which means that the area of the base, which is our length times width, is going to be 36 because we have 360 cubic feet. So 36 times 10 is 360 units cubed. And he is claiming that the base has to be a square. Okay, the only way that that could be a square is if you have these as the same. 6 times 6 is 36. So he's probably claiming that that is the only way to get a base with a height of 10. And this is an incorrect thought, according to M-STEP. So we need to start thinking about keeping that height of 10, but other bases that can get us 36. So how many different ways can we get a base of 36? Remember, volume is BH, area of the base times the height. Okay, it's three-dimensional, so you have your length, width times your height. And we're told the height has to stay as 10. Okay, but your length and width can be anything that is going to give you that base of 36. So if we start thinking about listing our multiplication facts, we could do 1 times 36, we could do 2 times 18, 3 goes into 36, that would be 3 times 12, 4 times 9 is 36, and then also 6 times 6 is 36. Okay, and then we would kind of loop back to 9 times 4, which is the same thing as 4 times 9. So there are many different other bases that will still give us a volume of 360 units squared. Okay, we are asked to draw a base to show that Micah is incorrect. So you can pick any base you want. I think I'm going to just pick 4 by 9. So if I were to draw my height here, I would have 10. Then I would have a 4 by 9. And so that could be a possible same volume here. Obviously, I drew it a little bit bigger, but they're only interested in 36 times 10. So we're going to use a 4 by 9. You're going to be using your line tool, segment tool, which is right up here on the toolbars. That's why it's so important that you practice this. You can go anywhere on here with your toolbar. If you want to just go on the edge, you could, but you need 4 units, and it doesn't matter which one you do, 9 or 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and count those out, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then by 9. So 2, 4, 6, 8, and 1 is 9. Count them again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and you could have this rectangle base. Now, you could also draw a 9 by 4. The direction doesn't matter. And you could have picked 1 by 36 or 2 by 18. I'm not sure there's 36 across, so maybe that one is out of the question there. But that would be one possible answer, and there are many others. As long as the answer that you highlight and use with your tool works for the question, you would be correct on that. Okay, last but not least, question number 32. This time we have a bar graph here. You can tell it's a bar graph because there are spaces in between separating them. Looking at any graph, you want to look at the title. It says Carrie's points. Our y-axis is points and games. So Carrie's basketball team has played 5 games. The number of points Carrie scored in each game is shown in the bar graph. Determine possible point totals for games 6 and 7 so that the range of the data set increases, but the mean and median stay the same. Okay, so this has a lot of work in it. Let's recall range is maximum minus minimum. It's going to be your largest number minus your small one. So according to this, we want the range to increase. The mean, we want it to stay the same. So stay, right? And that mean is your average. It's when you add up all your numbers and divide by how many you have. Median is also going to stay the same. So you can write same here. And the median is your middle number after everything's been ordered. So remember, you have to order all of your numbers, and then your middle number would be your median. So looking at our bar, we got to look at our numbers here. We have 14. This bar goes up to 6, 10, 16, and 14. So those are our numbers, and let's go ahead and put them in order. We have 6, 10, 14, 14, 16. And our median is the middle number here because we have an odd set of numbers. If you had 2 middle numbers, then you would average them to get your median. So we still want the median to be 14. And then our range, 16 minus 6 is 10. So our range is 10. We want the range to be greater than 10. And we also want to keep the average the same, the mean. So if we take the mean here for these values, again, you can use a calculator on this portion of the test. So if you add up all these numbers, your total is 60, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers divided by 5 is 12. So what they're asking for here in games 6 and 7 is for you to use the scroll bar. Like, so when you press the pointer on here, you can drag it up to use 2 numbers that are still going to average to 12, but they're going to make this spread of data, your range, much larger. Okay, so your maximum might have to be higher, or your minimum might have to be higher, or both. Okay, so, but we also need those 2 numbers to average to be, their average to be 12. So if you have those 2 numbers, when you add them and divide by 2, you need to get 12. So you need 2 numbers that add up to 24. Okay, but that have a bigger range. So a number that comes to mind for 24 is 20 and 4. So if I put 20 over here and 4 out here, that's going to increase my range. And 24 divided by 12 divided by 2 is still 12. So those 2 numbers would work. So, and this bar does go up to 20, so that works. So it doesn't matter which one you shade, but I might shade this one up to 20. And this one I would go up to 4. So that's 2. Here's 4 going across. There's 4. Okay, other options you might have picked could be 6 and 18. 6 would be the same, but it would still be out here or over here. And then 18 would still be further than 16, so your range would still be increasing. They would still average to 12, and the median would still be the middle number. So that's another option here that you could have picked. All right, that is the end of our MSTEP packet review.